learning is very much evident with your presence today in spite of your very busy schedule. And with that, we would want to express our sincerest thanks that to our dear participants in behalf of my fellow Board of Directors of the Philippine Home Economics Association. At this juncture, let us welcome the President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, Mrs. Susana Vihinea, for her opening remarks. Ma'am Susan, please.
Guests, fellow home economists, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great pleasure to convey my warmest welcome to you all to the first virtual PHEA National Conference and Training. The theme, Home Economics, Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, will focus on issues, approaches, and strategies towards achieving the country's sustainable development goals, to be presented by invited speakers and resource persons. As home economists, the Philippine Home Economics Association are with you in your desire to uplift and upgrade your competencies as responsible professionals, as well as in promoting cohesive and committed families to achieve a better future for all. I hope through this webinar, participants can gain experiences and encouragement to act in a more sustainable way. Again, in behalf of the Board of Directors, we wish and pray that all of you will have a pleasant and meaningful day ahead. Thank you and mabuhay.
Home economics.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Susan, for that opening remarks of yours. And I hope that our fellow home economists all over the country will really enjoy our 72nd National Conference and Training. Not only enjoying it, but rather learning from it and becoming a better home economist and academic facilitators in their respective schools. Okay, to formally welcome us all, I am turning over our virtual stage to Ms. Christine V. Valenzuela from the Central Office of the Department of Education and also our PHEA Secretary. Ms. Valenzuela, please.
The more that we should find ways to enhance our life skills and be able to adapt to changing situations. Home economics, beyond any doubt, play a very vital role in different areas of living in every family. Now that we are experiencing the most trying times because of the pandemic, the more that we should find ways to enhance our life skills and be able to adapt to changing situations. To our distinguished guests, fellow PHA officers and members, our skills demo teachers, research presenters, and to our dear participants, it is my honor to welcome you all on our 72nd PHEA National Conference and Training. I hope that you will enjoy as we continuously learn on this 3-day worthwhile endeavor. Again, welcome and God bless us all.
Ms. Valenzuela. Thank you very much, Ms. Valenzuela. The Philippine Home Economics Association is a member of two international home economics associations, the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics and the International Federation for Home Economics. We are truly honored that in spite of her very busy schedule, the President of the International Federation for Home Economics took her time to give us a congratulatory message. My fellow home economists all over the country, let us now listen to the message of Dr. Gwendolyn Husband, the President of the International Federation for Home Economics.
Greetings from the International Federation of Home Economics to the Philippines. I am Dr. Gwendolyn Husband, the President of the IFHE. I wish good morning to the Philippine Home Economics Association President, Mrs. Susana V. Ganea, to Vice President for Administration of ARAHE and Vice President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, Mr. Albert M. Rosarda, and to the Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division of the Department of Education for the Philippines, Mrs. Aida Rondia. On behalf of my fellow IFHE officers and members of the Executive Committee, I would like to congratulate the Board of Directors of the Philippine Home Economics Association, headed by President Ganea, for conducting this 72nd National Conference and Training with the theme, Home Economics, Soaring Towards Sustainable Development. It is wise that you adopted the theme of the 2022 World Congress of the International Federation for Home Economics. We send warm greetings from the Federation also to the delegates coming from across the Philippines. I am hoping that you will learn from these 3 days of activity and that it will make you better home economists and facilitators in your respective schools and professions. We also hope that this national conference and training contributes to the sustainable development of the home economics profession. Let me take this opportunity to invite all of you home economists there in the Philippines to Atlanta in the United States for the IFHE World Congress this next September 4th through 10th, 2022. We're also inviting you to join us at the IFHE Annual Meeting and Conference in early August of 2023, hosted by the Jiangsu Association of Home Economics at Jinling College in Nanjing, China. We hope to see you just after our annual meeting at the Biennial International Congress of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, which will be held on August 7th through 11th, 2023 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I so enjoyed meeting many of you at the ARAHE meeting in 2019. Please visit their website and Facebook page, or you can also inquire from ARAHE Vice President for Administration, Mr. Albert Rosarda, who is based there in the Philippines, for the other details of the ARAHE International Congress. So I am looking forward to seeing many of you in Atlanta, Georgia, USA for the IFHE World Congress, at the IFHE Annual Meeting in Nanjing, China, and in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the ARAHE International Congress. It is wonderful to see the region of Asia taking center stage. Again, congratulations, and we wish a fruitful national conference and training to all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gwendolyn, and we are truly honored that in spite of your very busy schedule as the President of the International Federation for Home Economics, the mother organization of home economists all over the world, you took time to give us your congratulatory message on the occasion of our 72nd National Conference and Training. Indeed, we are truly grateful to that, Dr. Gwendolyn. Now, the Sandiwang Kayumanggi Folk Dance Troupe's objective is to promote and preserve the Philippine culture and heritage through music, song, and dances. At this point, we will be entertained by the Sandiwang Kayumanggi Dance Troupe. Thank you very much to our Sandiwang Kayumanggi dance troupe, and we hope that our fellow economists there you enjoyed the dance number of Sandiwang Kayumanggi dance troupe. You may also visit their Facebook page so that you could see more of the dances, music, and songs that they have prepared for us in order for them to promote and preserve the Philippine culture heritage. That is through their music, song, and dances. Okay, once again, thank you very much to Sandiwang Kayumanggi Dance Troupe. At this point, our Assistant Secretary, Ms. Maria Gracia Joy A. Forhencio, RND, will introduce to us our keynote speaker for this year's Virtual National Conference and Training of the Philippine Home Economics Association. Ms. Joy, please.
Okay. A pleasant morning to all. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joy Fulgencio. I am so excited to be here today and to have the opportunity to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Johanna Su. Dr. Johanna Su lectures Consumer Food Sciences in the National Institute of Education at the Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. She has been in the teaching profession for more than 20 years, from secondary to tertiary levels, specializing in the field of behavior in sustainable consumption, nutrition, and food science education. She was awarded the B. Nielsen Award from the University of Otago, New Zealand, for her contribution in the fields of human nutrition and food science, and the Educational Research Association of Singapore, or ERAS, the Gold Award for her outstanding academic performance. Her training in psychological assessment and measurement from her Master of Education also brings expertise in attitude scale and questionnaire design. Further, she obtained her doctor in philosophy from Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, with her thesis on sustainable food consumption. Likewise, she is well experienced in both quantitative and qualitative research methods. Dr. Johanna's research interest includes understanding behaviors and attitudes of different segments of the populations, and in turn provide pertinent information for curriculum designs and community interventions. She is currently involved in several research projects such as leadership in education contexts, understanding attitudes and self-efficacy towards nutritional and health issues, and food security and resiliency, among others. We are pleased to have her presence among us as our keynote speaker on Soaring High on Sustainable Development, Role of Home Economics Educator. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Johanna Su as she enters the stage. Let us give her a warm virtual clap.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Good morning to Miss Susanna and Mr. Albert. Congratulations for organizing this 72nd PHEA training. I will now share my presentation from my screen. I hope you can hear, and do let feedback to me if you cannot hear anything. Can you see my screen? Anybody? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
okay, thank you. Right, I will start now. Good morning, everyone. Greetings from Singapore. I'm Johanna Su. The title of my presentation today is Soaring High for Sustainable Development, the Role of Home Economics Educators. The word sustainable development has been the buzzword in recent years. The current COVID pandemic and the world running out of natural resources, the concept of being sustainable is even more pertinent. So, to support sustainable development, what can we as home economics educators do? This is the outline of my presentation. Before diving into what home econs educators can do to promote sustainable development, I have provided some background and definition for sustainable development. A quick review of where we are now in terms of being sustainable, the era of education for sustainable development, and finally, I will discuss the role of home econs educators, short form home ec teachers, right, or home ec educators, our role to individual, to the school, and to the community. And if we have time at the end, we can do some Q&A. If not, please feel free to just email me. In 1987, there is a groundbreaking report titled Our Common Future by Mrs. Bronlund and the then Norwegian Minister of Environment. The report describes the importance of sustainable development. It is motivated by the fact that the world is in a crisis and we need to think about economic growth with environmental consideration. We ought to think about our future generations in whatever we are doing now. Okay, we have to leave our future generations with long-lasting resources. From this report, many research and studies started. As you can see, the world is getting warmer, drier, pollutions are often out of control, and this is partly due to deforestation and emission of greenhouse gases. Transportation, food consumption continues to damage the world and deplete resources in unsustainable ways. This brings us to the definition of sustainable development. Sustainable development is basically to ensure that economic growth is there, but at the same time, we must make sure that we are socially and environmentally sustainable. So in this Venn diagram, you can see that sustainability is in the center, and we need to pursue long-term economic benefits, yet protect and prevent the environment from exceeding its capacity and ensure social and stability and raise quality of life so that our future generation will not suffer from our actions today. We need to utilize natural spaces and resources wisely and preserve our heritage and culture. I am sure you are familiar with the 17 Sustainable Goals developed in 2015. The aim is to achieve the targets by 2030. The predecessor of these 17 goals was the Millennium Goals set in 2000. These goals are designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable life for future. And many nations have already taken up these goals in their blueprint for their nation. From our perspective, the International Federation for Home Economics stated that home economics should focus on household as building blocks of sustainable societies, addressing complex interrelated human and environmental problems. It aims at achieving optimal and sustainable living conditions for individuals, families, and communities while acknowledging their global interdependence. These are the 6 areas that IFHE have chosen to focus on. To develop systems to improve the quality of life and using integrated multi-level approaches to achieve these sustainable goals. Before we go further, here's a quick view of how the world is doing since the introduction of the Millennium and Sustainable Goals. I will look at the 6 goals that IFHE have highlighted. In each goals, there are many sub-goals. I'm going to present one of the sub-goals from each goal. Okay, the words might be a bit small for you to read, so I just want you to look at the shaded area on the map. For goal number 1.1, to eradicate poverty, we can see that the area shaded red from year 2000 to year 2015, we can see that the areas that a large part of the northern hemisphere have changed color. Okay, but the southern hemisphere are still quite a lot of red patches. And from 2015 to 2019, there is not much change. This also shows that sustainable development takes time. And in Southeast Asia, we are still not doing as well. That means that a lot of people in our region are still living below the poverty line. In fact, for more than 50%, more than half of people who are hungry are actually from Asia. For goal number 2, zero hunger, in goal 2.1.2, it sets to achieve food security by the year 2030. This means that we must have moderate and severe insecurity should end by 2030. And the data shows that most of the nations are doing okay. However, in Africa region, there's red patches and some in South America. So we have these countries are not so sustainable in terms of food security. Interestingly, Singapore is a country that it has almost no natural resources. Although our food security is high, but we always say that when there's a crisis in Singapore, we will get hit the most because most of our food are imported. For goal 3, for goal 3.4.1, by 2030, there should be a reduction in premature mortality for non-communicable diseases. That means that the percent of people below 30 years old who would die before their 70th birthday from any cardiovascular, cancer, diabetes, chronic respiratory diseases, assuming that they would experience current mortality rate at every age and would not die from any other cause such as injuries or HIV. So the result shows that there's a lot of areas shaded in orange and red. So promoting good health is still one of the most urgent goals that we wish to achieve. For goal 5.1.1 is to assess here in the tracker across various measures, including hiring, equal pay, marital rape, and property rights. For in this map, you can see that most countries have given women equal voting rights. However, some places in the Middle East have still do not allow women to vote. So some places and in other forms of measures, some women are often discriminated, and there's still a gap to fill to make sure that there's equality among both men and women. For goal number 6.1.1, we need to achieve equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water. It's a bit hard to see in this map. Either there's no data collected in some places, but in the Philippines, the color shaded is not dark blue. That means there are some parts in Philippines that still have problems accessing to safe drinking water. Last but not least, goal 12.1.1 on responsible consumption and production. No red areas is good, but there is a lot of areas unshaded. It means that more research and data collection needed to measure the consumption and production patterns of people in these areas. So this brings me to the education for sustainable development. We see all the problems and all the goals that we wish to achieve, are we empowering learners of all ages with the knowledge, the skills, the values, the attitudes to address the interconnected global challenges we are facing, such as climate change, environment degradation, loss of diversity, poverty, and inequality? So are we doing all these in our home economics education to promote the achievement of the goals? Now we come back to look at what the role of home economics should be. Are we promoting sustainable development? In the 2008 FHE position statement, home economics is defined in these 3 dimensions. Okay, concern for individuals and families in everyday life, in the community, as a bigger society, and also globally. 2, are we integrating multidisciplines, knowledge process, and practical skills in our subject? 3, action to enhance the well-being of self and others. Lastly, these dimensions are interrelated and interplay to achieve the essence of home economics. The position statement also provided some directions in 2008, that's almost 13 years ago, that home economists should focus on the question of sustainability, advocate and create the preferred future. At the same time, they must not forget our roots and culture. I feel that these dimensions are directions also and a reflection of the definition of sustainable development. That is to ensure that the needs of individuals are fulfilled with integrity and the quality for a long and sustainable period. For the next part of my presentation, I will explore the role of home economics in the home, in the school, and in the community. As educators, when we teach, what do we do? We hope that the students will bring home what we taught and translate and apply it to their family members. If many people practice the same thing, it will in turn create a community. So ideally, if we inculcate concepts and practices of sustainable development to our students, they will go back and spread the message to more, and the whole community will be working towards sustainable development. Before I go further, I wish to digress a little. I want to show you a couple of research on how people view home economics. A study in 2009 by Dewhurst and Pendergast on Scottish, Australian, and Maltese home ec teachers showed that three of the most prominent traits home economics are transferable skills such as communication, analytical, critical skills, thinking skills, and life skills. The next important aspect of home economics they view is in 2017, just a few years ago, she interviewed some home economics teachers, and the common impression of the subject today is still deal with cooking and nothing else. So in our subject, is it just cooking and sewing, or can we do more? Do we want them to know about sustainability? Do we want them to practice sustainability? Okay, we know that the United Nations ESD wants all learners to have the knowledge, the values, and the attitudes to address global challenges. So does home economics today focus on what ESD wants? The IFHG has also given the direction, remember, that we want to focus on sustainability, advocate and create a preferred future, and reflecting on our roots. So are we doing what the IFHG is asking us as well, giving us the direction? So in order to do so, I propose we can do it through these three aspects. One is anchoring the subject on sustainability, okay? Anchoring the subject on sustainability. Second, getting sufficient training or professional development in the concept of sustainability. In order to preach or to practice sustainability, we must know as educators how to be sustainable and what is being sustainable about. And the last is going back to our roots and the dimension and objective of home economics. First, focusing on the question of sustainability. In Singapore, home economics is taught in secondary school. It is compulsory for Sec 1 and Sec 2 students. Okay, the subject is known as food and consumer education. And in upper Sec 3 and 4, the subject is known as nutrition and food science. It is an elective for the upper secondary students. So at this moment, the subject is anchored on two aspects, food and consumerism. I propose that the home economics should be anchored on sustainability. Okay, that means that for every topic or project we do in the syllabus, we must have it based on the essence of sustainability. For example, in health and nutrition, we usually tell the students diet-related disease. We should also remind the students that if we do not have good health, how it will affect sustainable development. A weak nation will not be able to contribute to the economy effectively. So ESD also states that sustainable challenges are the interconnected global challenges. And IFHG statement also emphasizes on interdisciplinary. So I feel that the essence of STEM education, okay, do just that. All right. So STEM education is a good way to tie multidisciplinary subjects together to solve current problems. Here is an example, all right? And in the recent secondary syllabus, the nutrition and food science subject, the topic sustainable food consumption was included in the new syllabus. I remember initially when I proposed this, the teachers were quite apprehensive to include because they don't know what sustainability is about. So after the syllabus revision, I provided a round of training for home economics teachers in Singapore on sustainable food consumption to prepare them to teach the topic. And I know that the new lower secondary food and consumer education syllabus will also include topics on sustainable food consumption. So although in Singapore we have yet to anchor the subject on sustainable development, but the inclusion is a good start. So hopefully we'll see more of the subject being anchored on sustainable development. Next, on STEM education, right? Home economics is an interconnected subject. It's interconnected to the various components of STEM, all right, or STEAM, STEAM. For example, recently, I started a research project titled Implementation of the STEM Quartet Model in Food and Consumer Education. So we worked with the Bernina sewing machine, and we did a series of workshops to show students how the subject can be integrated with science, with math, with engineering, and with technology. So we taught primary school students, textile science. We even do coding to apply to the embroidery module on the sewing machine, so that they can design and make a bespoke mask that can protect them from COVID and pollution. So this is an example of how we can use STEM education to include multidiscipline subjects. I mentioned earlier about providing courses on sustainable food consumption. I urge that home economics educators to take up mini masters and courses that are related to environmental and sustainability science topic. Many universities are actually offering that, online courses, etc. When we have ownership of something, we are naturally going to advocate it. Okay, so if we are involved in sustainable development projects, we will naturally be advocating and creating home economics into a subject with a sustainability emphasis. So also remember in the earlier slides where the research shows that many perceive home economics as life skills, food and science, health and nutrition, and worse, nothing but cooking. That is because the other elements, that are in home economics are not prominent in the subject. We spend time in the food lab, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, to do cooking. There's nothing wrong with that. But we must also have other elements in our food lab. For example, I was involved in an IoT project to find the sweet point of baking. So the use of sensor in other subjects, they use sensors in science, in design and technology. So why can't we use? No, we can also use sensors to make our scientific knowledge more easily understood, or to define some scientific concepts. The next few slides are some of the projects that I'm involved in with the school or the university students. So I always try to include a sense of sustainability in them. For example, baking with data is similar to the IoT project that I mentioned earlier. So if we know the exact point when a cake is baked, we can also save on energy and prevent or over baking or under baking. In this project, my students from Raffles Girls' School work on defining the functional properties of insect powder and to use it as a substitute for plain flour and to increase the protein content of the product. Then in this project with the River Valley High students, right, the students experimented on how to extend the shelf life of protein food to prevent food loss and wastage by applying gelatin and chitosan on the bean curd. So this is aiming to prevent food loss. So my favorite topic is still always on food resilience. So I started this project with the students. There's a lot of research on green energy and climate change. However, more can be done on the social aspect of sustainable development, such as food resiliencies, consumer perception towards sustainable consumption, alternative protein or novel foods. Now, currently, I am researching on the perception and awareness of food security among the younger generations, the students in the school, studying in secondary school. So I encourage that we take the advantage as educators to do more research with our students so that they are the future generations. So when we are doing projects with them, we are also encouraging, a sense of sustainability in them. We must have them grounded in sustainable development concept so that they will grow up to be environmentally conscious citizens. Now I want to talk about reflecting upon our historical roots. So the subject has many names. So in Singapore, we have already changed the names to food and consumer education, food and consumer sciences. In the United States, it's known as the family and consumer sciences. In many places, human ecology, technology and living, I think in Hong Kong, etc. So names can change, but we must remember our objectives earlier. So as I mentioned earlier, what is our IFHE position statements for us? Concerns of individuals and family in everyday life, community, society, and even in the global scene. Integration of multidisciplinary knowledge, processes, and practical skills, and action to enhance well-being of self and others. Okay, so this is, we must remember what we are doing in the subject. That will make the subject. Next, reaching to the community, basically we have to make some noise, we have to make some noise so that people know what we are doing to help with sustainable development. So remember the start of COVID last year. So everybody rushes to the supermarket to buy toilet paper, okay? Not just in Singapore, right? The picture on the right, on the left is in Singapore, and the similar picture happens also in Hong Kong. And I'm sure I've seen it on the news in many other countries that people are just buying up toilet papers. Actually, it's not just toilet paper. It's everything on the supermarket shelf, from rice to noodles, instant noodles, to everything that is, this to food. So what happens is that people are not living in a sustainable way, in the sense that when there's a crisis, we find that we are so lacking and we are so ill prepared. So during that time, I wrote an article in our local newspaper known as the Straits Times to promote food resiliencies and avoid panic buying. So while scientists fight to stop the virus, we as home economists can take this opportunity and play a role in the community to teach people how to live a sustainable life. So whenever there's a new trend, I think home economists should speak up and give some impartial, scientific proven explanation to help consumers make informed choices. I have come to my last point, remembering our roots. For example, when we're in a crisis, such as the natural or man-made disasters, like the recent tsunami and the Fukushima explosion in Japan, all the typhoons that happens in Philippines, many homes are lost. Many families are lost, right? Many have to live in shelters, in school gym, public shelters. People have nothing left. People have to make use of whatever they have, or they are provided. So home economics or home economists play a very important role during such times. Just like in the pandemic and that we are facing now, all the skills we are taught we want to teach are very, very practical. So humans are stripped down to basic needs. They have to apply all the home economics knowledge to survive, such as nutrition, managing resources wisely, and to ensure some quality of life. We definitely do not pray for disasters like COVID and tsunami to remind us of our home economics roots. But we have to prepare the people during peacetime to cope in any situation for good or for bad. We don't want to see people scrambling and lost because they are not prepared. And this is the role of home economists, to prepare them in any time, anywhere. In 1908, the American Home Economics Association lobbied for funding to reach home economics in school, to teach home economics in school. Today, AAFCS, the American Association for Family and Consumer Sciences, aim to teach through home economics how to build a better life, how to build a stronger family, build stronger families, and make meaningful contributions to our community. I asked Mr. Albert from your PHEA the vision and also the goals of PHEA, and it is stated there to remember, family values, competency, and research. The subject is based on family values, competencies, and research. We are all aligned, whether it's the AAFCS, IFAG, PHEA, we are all aligned. Then, when I heard the PHEA march, I was moved. I was very moved because it says there, with golden hearts to share family, peace, love, and care, build happier homes, stronger communities, and unite all nations. What do humans strive for? Of course, many will say they strive for better, better pay, more money, and so on. But don't forget our roots. We all need a good home. We all need a happier home and a strong community. So hope that home economics teachers can provide the role and fill in the gap. So please remember, we need to uphold these precious values. So keep it up, fellow home economists. I wish to end my presentation today with a quote by Margaret Mead. Okay, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So each of us can help to change the world if we can get organized and focus our energy. While a large group of people can have a big impact on a worthy cause, but the absence of a large group of people, when there's an absence of a large group of people, a smaller one can also have an impact. So there's no reason for inaction. With that, thank you. I wish the PHEA 72nd National Conference and Training to be a successful and fruitful one for all. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or drop me a WhatsApp after the session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Pass the time back to the organizers.
Very much, very much, Dr. Joanna Su, for being with us today to give the keynote address. I hope that our participants learned a lot with what you have shared with us this morning. And we would like to extend our sincerest thanks to you. Dr. Su, please. Okay, so at this point, let us proceed to the awarding of the Certificate of Recognition to our guest speaker for today, our keynote speaker. And let me read to you the citation of our Certificate of Recognition. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics and the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, in cooperation with the Department of Education, awards this Certificate of Recognition to Dr. Joanna Su as keynote speaker during the 72nd National Conference and Training of the Philippine Home Economics Association with the theme Home Economics Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, which was held virtually from October 22 to 24, 2021. And this is awarded today on the 22nd day of October in the year of our Lord 2021. The certificate of recognition is signed by the President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, Mrs. Susana Tihinea, and by yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Once again, thank you very much to you, Dr. Joanna Su. Do you have any last message to our participants here in the Philippines, Dr. Joanna?
Thank you for inviting me to share my little thoughts. So just feel free to email me or drop me a message on Facebook or WhatsApp. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much once again, Dr. Joanna Su. Okay, so during the COVID-19 pandemic, that was last year when the pandemic attacked us, the board of directors, together with the coordinators, the apprentices, we decided not to push through with our national conference and training last year, which was supposed to be held at Dumaguete City. Instead of conducting one, the 2020 PHEA photo exhibit was held. This is, the information was disseminated through the Philippine Home Economics Association Facebook page. And we could say that the 2020 PHEA photo exhibit was indeed a success, for majority of our members submitted their pictures as cited at the mechanics of the photo exhibit. As a sign of our gratitude to you, our lead members, we would like to award the first 3 members who responded to our call to join the 2020 PHEA photo exhibit. We at the Philippine Home Economics Association truly appreciate your continued support in all our undertakings. Let us now proceed with the awarding. Our first awardee is the 3rd member who sent the picture that was taken at our 71st National Conference and Training, which was held at the Chari Beach Resort and Convention Center at Cagayan de Oro City. We would like to congratulate Ma'am Eleanor Tolentino Sanchez. Ma'am Eleanor, are you around? You can see now the picture that Ma'am Eleanor sent to us when we called for the participation of our members in our 2020 PHEA photo exhibit. We would like to award the certificate, this congratulatory certificate, to Ma'am Eleanor. And let me read to you the contents of the congratulatory certificate. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics and the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, in cooperation with the Department of Education, awards this certificate of this congratulatory certificate to Eleanor Tolentino Sanchez, 3rd placer on the PHEA 2020 photo exhibit. And this is awarded during the 72nd National Conference and Training with the theme Home Economics Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, held virtually from October 22 to 24, 2021. The congratulatory certificate is signed by our President, Mrs. Susana Vihinea, and yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Ma'am Eleanor, can you please turn on your camera, if you may? And may we hear a word from you, and can you tell us something about this picture? Ma'am Eleanor? Okay, once again, congratulations to you, Ma'am Eleanor, for participating in our 2020 PHEA photo exhibit. Let us now proceed to our second awardee. Our second awardee is, of course, the member who sent the picture that was also taken on our 71st National Conference and Training, which was held at the Chali Beach Resort and Convention Center at Cagayan de Oro City. Congratulations to Miss Tin Dizon. Ma'am Tin, can you please turn on your camera and join us here? Okay, so while Ma'am Tin is adjusting her camera, let me read to you the citation of the congratulatory certificate. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics and the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, in cooperation with the Department of Education, awards this congratulatory certificate to Tin Dizon, second placer, 2020 PHEA photo exhibit, awarded during the 72nd National Conference and Training with the theme Home Economics Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, held virtually from October 22 to October 24, 2021. This particular congratulatory certificate is signed by our President, Ms. Susana Vihinea, and yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Ma'am Tin, can you unmute your mic and turn on your camera? And we would like to invite you to tell us something about this photo. He's not tilting around. Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Tintin. Now, of course, this is not the last but not the least, because she is the very first, our grand winner in our PHEA 2020 photo exhibit. Our next awardee for this category is, of course, the very first member who sent the picture that was taken in 2018. We would like to congratulate Ma'am Maria Carmen Evangelista. Ma'am Carmen, can you please turn on your camera and join us here? Ma'am Carmen, while we are waiting for Ma'am Carmen, let me read to you the contents of the congratulatory certificate. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics and the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, in cooperation with the Department of Education, awards this congratulatory certificate to Maria Carmen Evangelista, our first placer, grand winner of the 2020 PHEA photo exhibit, awarded during the 72nd National Conference and Training of the Philippine Home Economics Association with the theme Home Economics, Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, held virtually from October 22 to October 24, 2021. The congratulatory certificate is signed by Mrs. Susana Vihinea, President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, and yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Congratulations, Ma'am Evangelista. Ma'am Evangelista, can you unmute yourself and say something about this picture that you sent us? Is Ma'am Evangelista around? Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Evangelista, and congratulations to our first set. No? That is the first set of our awards for this particular activity. Now, we will be having our second set. No? Now, last April 10, 2021, we posted an announcement at our FB page, and our announcement says that, hello there, fellow home economists. Are you excited for the PHEA 2021 Virtual National Conference and Training? So that was the announcement that we posted at our FB page. Now, our second set of awards is related to that particular post. We do really appreciate that you are following our post, our FB page. At this point, let us all congratulate Ms. Annalisa Borromeo for being the first to like our post. Ma'am Annalisa, are you around? Can you please unmute your mic if you are present? Okay, so we would like to read the contents of the congratulatory certificate. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics and the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics, in cooperation with the Department of Education, awards this congratulatory certificate to Ms. Annalisa Borromeo. First to like the post, hello there, fellow home economists. Are you excited to the PHEA's 2021 Virtual National Conference and Training, which was posted at the PHEA Facebook on April 10, 2021. Awarded during the 72nd National Conference and Training with the theme Home Economics, Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, held virtually from October 22 to 24, 2021. The congratulatory certificate is signed by Ma'am Susana Vihinea, the President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, and by yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Ma'am Annalisa, once again, congratulations to you. Is Ma'am Annalisa with us now? How are you doing, Ma'am Annalisa? Okay. Ma'am Annalisa, can you please greet our participants, your fellow home economists from all over the country? Ha? Okay, once again, thank you very much, Ma'am Annalisa, for your continued support at the activities of the Philippine Home Economics Association. Let us now proceed with our next award, which is relevant to that particular post. Can you guess, dear participants, kung ano yung ating next award? We would like to encourage you to type in your guess at our chat box. Yan, pakitype po ang inyong guess kung ano ang title ng ating next award. Okay? Medyo bigyan natin ng time ang ating participants to encode or type their guess dito sa ating next award, dito sa ating chat box. So, we would like to encourage everyone to always visit the Facebook page of the Philippine Home Economics Association, and who knows, you will be our next winner for the rest of the day or tomorrow and on our closing ceremonies this coming Sunday. So always take time to visit the Facebook page of the Philippine Home Economics Association and be a winner also by supporting our activities. Okay? So I hope that you have already typed in your guess kung ano ang ating next award. And we will be picking one winner later. So, yes, probably your guess is right. So the next award is the first to share our post. Okay? And our awardee is none other than Miss Clemencia Calubayan. Ma'am Clemencia Calubayan, are you present today? Can you please unmute your mic? Okay, while Ma'am Clemencia is preparing herself, let me read to you the citation of the congratulatory certificate. The Philippine Home Economics Association, a national organization of home economists and allied professionals in the Philippines, member of the International Federation for Home Economics, awards this congratulatory certificate to Ms. Clemencia Calubayan. First, to share the post, hello there, fellow home economists. Are you excited for the PHEA's 2021 Virtual National Conference and Training, which was posted at the PHEA Facebook page on April 10, 2021. Awarded during the 72nd National Conference and Training with the theme Home Economics, Soaring Towards Sustainable Development, which was held virtually from October 22 to October 24, 2021. The congratulatory certificate is signed by Ma'am Susana Viginea, the President of the Philippine Home Economics Association, and with yours truly in my capacity as the Vice President for Administration of the Asian Regional Association for Home Economics. Once again, congratulations, Ma'am Clemencia, and we hope that you will continuously support our activities and always share our posts at our Facebook page, the Philippine Home Economics Association's Facebook page. So, nandiyan ba si Ma'am Clemencia? Ma'am Clemencia, can you please unmute your mic if you are present, or please turn on your camera so that your fellow participants would also see you.
Not allowing.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am Clemencia.
Hi,
Kumusta na po kayo?
hi Sir Albert. Morning po sa lahat ng mga taga-podcast. Dinig na po ba? Dinig po, sir?
Yes, ma'am. How are you today, ma'am?
Sir, good morning po. Okay, salamat po.
Yes.
Yes, okay po, sir. We're in Lopez, Quezon. Watching our
Yes, ma'am. Clemencia,
thank you
from
so
what
much for
division
this
po kayo?
information for my simple question. Division of Quezon Province po. Quezon Province.
Yes, ma'am. Hello. Yes. From the division of Quezon Province po kayo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes po. Ayan na.
Ma'am Clemencia, I am giving you the opportunity to greet our participants from all over the country.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, hello po sa lahat ng Philippine Home Economics Association members and to the board of the association. So, thank you so much for this recognition or awards for my simple response to our conference and training. So, thank you so much, Sir Albert, Ma'am Suswana, and the rest of the board of directors.
Okay, so meron po ba kayong gustong batiin dyan sa inyong division?
Yes po, ang aming pong SDS, Sir Ali Alicaya, and the ASDS and the EPS of our division, and of course our principal, Ma'am Ina Marina, si Ma'am Ina po ng Lopez National Comprehensive High School, Marina Abueva po. Thank you so much po, and God bless po sa lahat.
Yeah, so there you have it. Thank you very much, Ma'am Clemencia, for continuously participating and supporting the activities of the Philippine Home Economics Association. Mabuhay po kayo at hopefully po this pandemic will end so that we can already see each other face-to-face in our upcoming national conference and training. Yan. So once again, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Ma'am Clemencia.
Thank you so much.
Now, we would like to encourage once again our dear participants to always check in. Check po ninyo lagi ang ating Facebook page of the Philippine Home Economics Association. And of course, the other posts that we are having at the Philippine Home Economics Association. This is one way of showing your support. And of course, in showing your support to the activities of the Philippine Home Economics Association, we are trying to show gratitude for that particular support. Okay, so once again, to all our winners, congratulations to all of you. At that is our small way of showing our appreciation po sa inyo. Ayan, so hopefully, magkaroon tayo ng marami pang participants at sa ating upcoming activities. Okay. So, did you, yung mga participants natin, do you also want to be winners? Yan. Can I see some thumbs up or yes, yes, yes sa ating comment box, no? If you want to be winners. So, while I was asking kanina when we are having our talk with Ma'am Clemencia, nagbigay ako ng chance sa inyo to be a winner. So, i-check natin yan, i-check natin yan later kung sino yung the first one to have the correct answer sa ating tinanong na what is the next award all about, no? Okay, so congratulations din po once again. So at this point, no, we would like to end our morning session for the meantime, so that although it's already 11 o'clock, no? So we will be having our noon break now, and later we will resume our broadcast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the skills demonstration, which is sponsored by the Manila Bay Trade Corporation. Will be giving you training about the on how you are going to make your bracelet, macrame, and of course crocheting. So please listen attentively, for we will also be awarding the best output for our for each of the categories that I had mentioned a while ago. That is the categories on bracelet making, the category of macrame, and of course crochet. So all you need to do is to see to it that you are making it, and then you are going to have your picture taken together with your output on or before end of Saturday tomorrow. You have to send us your picture together with your output. Please send us it sa ating official mail email, which is phea1948@gmail.com. So asahan po namin na makikinig kayo later this afternoon sa ating skills training, which is sponsored by the Manila Bay Trade Corporation. Okay, so before I end, I would like to invite everyone. Okay, I would like to invite everyone to watch my show, which is Our Perspective with Sir Adrasor, later at 12 noon, wherein I am going to feature this 72nd National Conference and Training. So, hanapin lang po ninyo sa YouTube channel ang Adrasor TV or Our Perspective TV. And you will see there the link for the Our Perspective show with Sir Adrasor. That's at 12 noon. I would like to see you once again. Yan, I would like to see you once again. Diyan po sa ating Our Perspective with Sir Adrasor. Mamaya po yung 12 noon. So lilipat po kayo ng channel. So you will go to your particular YouTube accounts, and then i-search lang po ninyo yung Adrasor TV or Our Perspective TV. And then makikita na po ninyo yung link for our show later. Okay? So I hope that you will join me there, and then you could also make some comments, and you could also greet, so that we will be reading your greetings in relation to our 72nd National Conference and Training. So in order for us to end this morning sessions with pride and honor, we would like you to join us at the singing of the Philippine Home Economics Association March, the PHEA March.
We cheer to thee, we belong. are proud to belong with happy hearts and noble mission, with golden hearts to share, families, peace, love and care. Setting goals together, planning together, working together for a better family life and society. PHEA, PHEA, march on forever. For the sake of the family, for the sake of the country, build happier homes, stronger communities, and unite all nations. Home economists in the Philippines, we are the symbol of committed happy family. We establish quality, professional services. We offer innovative research in technology and home economics. And we dedicate ourselves as model home economies. PHEA, PHEA, march on forever. For the sake of the family, for the sake of the country, build happier homes, stronger communities, and unite all nations. Hail to thee, PHEA, hail to thee, PHEA.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the division of Nueva Ecija. We all know that planting is important for all living things. Plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen from their leaves, which humans and other animals need to breathe. Living things need plants to live. They eat them and live in them. It helps to clean water too. In this connection, the Philippine Home Economics Association will conduct a virtual national conference and training to be held on October 22 to 24, 2021. One of the activities is planting trees, vegetables, and flowering plants with the theme Planting for Sustainable Development. It was participated by the officers and members of Nueva Ecija chapter, headed by our education program supervisor, Dr. Catalina S. Pachang. The division of Nueva Ecija consistently participating in all activities sponsored by the organization. Planting takes place in the new normal in different ways. Though pandemic, planting is done individually in the comfort of their school, wherein the officers and members are employed. What you plant now will harvest later.
Have you been receiving customer complaints due to delays in shipping? No time to pick,
Food Panda! Tap mo na yan!
Why should you invest in stocks on eToro?
With eToro, I can invest in global and local stocks.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the division of Nueva Ecija. We all know that planting is important for all living things. Plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen from their leaves, which humans and other animals need to breathe. Living things need plants to live. They eat them and live in them. It helps to clean water too. In this connection, the Philippine Home Economics Association will conduct a virtual national conference and training to be held on October 22 to 24, 2021. One of the activities is planting trees, vegetables, and flowering plants with the theme Planting for Sustainable Development. It was participated by the officers and members of Nueva Ecija chapter, headed by our Education Program Supervisor, Dr. Catalina S. Pachang. The Division of Nueva Ecija consistently participating in all activities sponsored by the organization. Planting takes place in the new normal in different ways. Though pandemic, planting is done individually in the comfort of their school, wherein the officers and members are employed. What you plant now will harvest later.
i-browse nyo lang, no, not necessarily na i-discuss ang bawat details. Anyway, you will be submitting the template to
Hindi ako ma-mute dito. Host.
Ayun, sir. Okay, sir.
Tayo sa academe, ang ating expertise is yung mga specialization natin. Kaya pagdating sa medyo part ng pera or ng finances, eto yan, tinap natin yung ating mga partners.
Okay, so once again, good afternoon. Good afternoon to our dear viewers. This is Mr. Albert M. Rosarda, aka Sir Aggressor, here at the show that listen and value your views for a wider and deeper understanding. And this is our perspective. Ay, ano ba yan? Tapos na pala ang show ko. At nasa Philippine Home Economics Association 72nd National Conference and Training na pala ako. Okay. So, pasensya na kayo, dear participants ng ating 72nd National Conference and Training. Medyo hectic ang ating schedule ngayon, kaya nagmi-mix up na yung aking mga diaries. Okay, so once again, welcome back to the afternoon session of our day 1 of our virtual National Conference and Training. So I hope that you have enjoyed your lunch, our dear participants. Okay, so are you ready now to learn more about bracelet making, macrame, and crochet? Okay, so if ready na kayo, our representative coming from the Manila Bay Thread Corporation is also ready. So at this point, let us listen to Ms. Jacqueline O. Reyes. She is the Trade Marketing Supervisor of the Manila Bay Thread Corporation. Ma'am Jacqueline, please.
Hi, ako po si Jackie Reyes, Trade and Marketing Supervisor ng Manila Bay Thread Corporation. Ngayon po, magtuturo ako sa inyo ng crochet mini purse, macrame all-purpose hammer, at ang friendship bracelet gamit ang braidingless. Itong mga crafts na ito ay gumagamit ng lab nuts acrylic yarn. Pwede rin yung gamitin ang aming produktong Canon Crochet Thread, pampalit nitong lab nuts acrylic yarn, pero kailangan ay dagdagan nyo ng hibla ng sinulit. Sana po ay malaki ang may tulong nitong video na ito sa inyong pagtuturo dahil ginawa ko po ito sa paraan na madali ninyong maintindihan. Bukod sa produktong lab nuts acrylic yarn at Canon crochet, meron din po kaming sinulid na pantahe na dandy, flag, at Canon sewing thread. Kung gusto niyo pong malaman pa ang iba naming mga produkto, pwede kayong bumisita sa aming website na www.manilabaythread.com. Meron din po kami doon mga free crochet patterns at pwede nyong i-print at i-download. Kung gusto nyo bumili ng aming produkto, pwede kayong bumisita sa Lazada at Shopee. Bago tayo mag-umpisa ng video ng crafts, gusto ko sana namin magpasalamat sa PHEA organizers sa pagbibigay ng pagkakataon na makasama kami sa convention na ito. Matagal na panahon na rin naman po na naging bahagi kami ng PHEA, kaya maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na ito. Mag-umpisa na po tayo sa pag-aaral ng iba't ibang crafts.
Okay, so I hope that you have listened very well to Ma'am Jacqueline O. Reyes, who is the Trade Marketing Supervisor of the Manila Bay Thread Corporation. And she was inviting you to check out their products at the Manila Bay Thread Corporation. Once again, Ma'am Jacqueline Reyes, thank you very much for participating in our 72nd National Conference and Training. And of course, not only the celebration of our annual National Conference and Training, but you know what, dear participants, ang ating pong Manila Bay Thread Corporation is also joining us in our celebration of the World Home Economics Day every month of March, and also the other activities of the Philippine Home Economics Association. So with that, once again, thank you very much to the Manila Bay Trade Corporation in the person of Ms. Jacqueline O. Reyes. Okay, so dear participants, I hope that you are now ready for their first training. Actually, we will be having 3 trainings for this afternoon. We are going to have our bracelet making, your macrame, and of course your crocheting. Now, before I give you their first video, so I hope that you are ready with your materials, because at the end of our session, we will be encouraging you to submit your work so that we can choose the best, the best output. So the only thing that you have to do is you're going to send us your picture together with your finished product. And of course, you're going to win exciting prizes. So we will be selecting 3 winners per category. So we need to say 3 winners for bracelet making, 3 winners for macrame, and also 3 winners for crocheting. Okay, those are our 3 categories. These 3 winners, you are going to be very exciting prizes coming from our sponsors here at the 72nd National Conference and Training of the Philippine Home Economics Association. So you need to send your pictures at our official email, which is phea1948@gmail.com. That is on or before tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, before you take your lunch, be sure to send it so that you are going to still give us time to check your output. Okay. Now, I would like to give you our first training care of the Manila Bay Trade Corporation. Ma'am Jackie, please.
Hi, ako po si Jackie Reyes, Trade and Marketing Supervisor ng Manila Bay Trade Corporation. Ngayon po ay magtuturo ako sa inyo ng crochet mini purse, macrame all-purpose hanger, at ang friendship bracelet gamit ang braiding disc. Itong mga
Umpisahan na natin ang paggawa ng mini purse. Ang mga kailangan natin ay pattern, isang ball ng love nuts, crochet hook. Itong crochet hook na to ay double-sided. Size niya ay 2 and 5. Pero ang gagamitin natin ay yung number 5. Tapestry needle para pantahi sa butones at ating butones. Tabi muna natin ang tapestry needle at ang butones para umpisahan na natin ang paggawa ng mini purse. Ayon sa pattern, mag-start tayo ng chain 13. Para mas maayos ang paggawa natin sa crochet, kailangan nasa loob na dulo ang ating kukunin. Yan. So, ang hawakan natin, yung number 5 na hook. Tapos, arrange na natin ang sinulid bago tayo mag-umpisa. Yan. Gawa tayo muna ng slip knot. Isang whole round. Kuha and labas. Hindi counted as 1 yan. Yung ginawa natin dahil slip knot yan. Ang chain na gagawin natin ay 13. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ngayon, gagawa tayo ng single crochet. Ang gagawin natin, itutusok natin dun sa pangalawa magmula sa hook. So, 1, 2, tusok. Kukuha tayo ng loop Meron kayo ngayon dalawa na loop sa inyong hook, kuha ulit, labas dalawa. Single crochet, yan ang ginagawa natin. So, gagawin natin, lalagyan natin ng single crochet itong natitira. So, tusok, kuha ulit, labas. So, 12 na single crochet ang kailangang magawa ninyo dito. So, kung makikita ninyo, yung bola ng sinulid natin ay hindi nagro-roll dahil sa loob natin siya kinuha. Yung dulo. Okay. Sa bawat row na ginagawa nyo, siguraduhin nyo na tama yung stitches na nagawa ninyo. So, meron na tayong 12. Ngayon, pupunta na tayo sa next row. Chain 1 tayo, tapos turn. Okay. Gawa tayo ulit ng single crochet. Yung chain 1 natin ay i-height noong single crochet para ang mga gilid nito ay diretsyo. Yan. Sa umpisa, makikita nyo, nagro-roll. Pero pag dumami na ang rows niya, mafa-flat na siya. Okay. Tapos na natin ang isang row. So, pangalawa na tayo. Ngayon, pangatlo na tayo. Mag-chain 1 ulit tayo. Tapos, turn to the left. Always to the left. Wag iba-iba. Laging sa kaliwa. Tusok ulit. Kuha. Labas. Tusok. Kuha. Labas. Yan. Ang tawag dyan sa ginagawa nating stitch ay single crochet. Siguraduhin natin din na yung dalawang ibabaw, yun ang nakuha natusukan natin na sinulid. Hanggang, sabi dito, hanggang row 26 ang gagawin natin. Okay? Ang paggawa ng single crochet. Okay, tapos na yung third row. Sa fourth row na tayo, pero bago tayo mag-turn, mag-chain 1 muna tayo ulit. Then turn. Yan. So, ito, medyo malaki-laki na. Mag-aral tayong magbilang ng rows na nagawa natin. Para alam natin kung nakailang rows na tayo. Chain 1, yan ang last natin. At ang itsura, dapat ganito, flat, yung side, hindi nadagdagan, hindi nabawasan. Every row, pag hindi kayo sigurado, bilangin nyo kung ilang stitch siya para diretso siya. Ngayon, ilang rows na ba tayo nagawa natin? So, bilang natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, 26 ang kailangan nating gagawin. So, kailangan pa natin ng 9 rows. Ito na yung last row natin. Ka-26 na to. So, lalagyan lang natin ulit ng mga single crochet hanggang sa dulo. Yan. So, yung last row natin, mag-end na tayo para i-cut natin siya. Kailangan kuha ulit kayo ng isa, hilahin ninyo. Yan. I-pull ninyo ng tight. Ngayon, ika-cut na natin siya. Pag kinat natin, lagyan natin ng mga 1 or 2 inches ang haba para hindi siya makawala. Okay. So, ito yung 26 row. Kita ninyo, straight yung line. Yan. Ngayon, atin na siyang gagawing mini purse. Una muna, ifo-fold natin siya ng ganito. So, ito yung pinaka-purse niya. Ito yung cover niya. Okay? Ngayon, kunin natin ulit yung crochet hook, yung number 5. Itusok natin siya dito sa dalawang magkadikit na dulo, gilid. Kunin natin ang ating sinulid. So, yan, hilahin natin. Huwag masyadong maiksi para mailagay natin sa loob. Gagawa tayo ng single crochet. Yan. Siguraduhin na yung dalawang gilid ay naisama natin sa pagtusok para walang butas ang inyong nagawa. Puro single crochet lang. Yan. Hanggang sa gilid. So, itong sobra na sinulid, ipasok nyo lang para maging malinis yung nagawa ninyo. Okay. Ngayon, gagawa tayo ng 20 na chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, 20 na yan. Tapos, same hole, doon natin itutusok. Gagawa tayo ng single crochet ulit.